Hi gang, welcome to today's video, which is all about Black Friday and the goodies that I have already picked up in the sales. Many of these sales are ongoing, so I thought today I would just show you what I have picked up and talk a little bit about the different discounts that you can get right now. So if that sounds good to you, then let's go. All right, well, let's start off today with the items that I picked up from Natasha Denona. And she has kind of an interesting approach to her Black Friday sale this year. She's giving off different percentages based on the product category. And I think that everything that I picked up was 25% off. So first up, I wanted to talk about her High Glam Concealer. I wanted to pick this up during the Sephora savings event, but I had a feeling that Natasha's discount for Black Friday would be larger than 20%, and I'm glad that I waited because that is how it turned out. So I picked this up in N1, and let's see. Just kind of see here. You guys are all probably familiar with this. It's been out for a bit, but it's got this really interesting looking applicator here, and I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. I haven't really swatched these products yet. I wanted to wait and do this together. So I'm just gonna rub that in. I can tell you that it feels really soft, really luxurious, and wow, I think my hand looks better. I'm gonna need a bigger brush. So I'm excited to really try that out and see how it compares to some of my standing Holy Grail concealers. The next product that I got is a refill for my powder foundation. I don't know if you've tried this. I think this is fabulous. It is truly a blurring product. And you can see here, this has not been out this long, and I have already hit pan on this, which could mean I'm using more at a time than I need to, but I think this is a great product. So I wanted to make sure that I was all set, no pun intended, for when I run out of that. So I picked up the refill, which is one of the sort of benefits of this product, which is you can pop out your old and just buy the refill, not repurchase the component, and just pop that in. So once you open it up, take it out of the plastic, this is what that looks like. So I'm excited to have this back up. And then let's talk eyeshadow. Okay, so I counted this morning and I already had 17 Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. That is between the 28 pan palettes. I have both of those. I have several of the larger palettes, of course, a handful of midi palettes and minis. And still, I felt the need to pick up a couple of more of her eyeshadow palettes while they were on a 25% discount. And one of those is the Mini Rose palette. And really, what drove this decision, let me open this up, is that it includes one of my favorite everyday shades from Natasha, which is this shade Andy. So this is sort of this mauvey pink. It is available in the retro palette, but in the retro palette, it's a cream to powder. And here, it is really just a traditional matte. Hopefully I like it as well in that different formula. But, and let me, so I didn't just want this shade, I needed this shade because let me show you my retro palette. There you can see what has happened to Andy. That is not like I dropped it and it all fell out. That is, I have used the heck out of this shade, okay? It is one of my favorites, as I said. I also really love this shade here, which is sort of a pinky white, and this is great for use on the inner corner or on the brow bone if you want to use a matte shadow as opposed to a shimmer. So this is a well-loved palette for me. The Mini Rose does contain several of the same shades but in different formulas from this MIDI palette. And I just felt like this would be a great investment for me to have. Great for travel, great for throwing in the bag, for touch-ups later in the day. I'm excited to have this. Finally, my quest for purple eyeshadow has continued. Not with the Roxa palette though. Still not terribly interested in that, but 25% off the Lila palette, I'm in, okay? So had to get this one. You can see here, this is sort of the older style palette that she had created. It has the magnetic closure, and then it has this plastic overlay that has the shade names on it. It's the larger pans than her new MIDI size. But I just felt like this color story was absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to really get into this and build some looks. Let me just swatch a couple of these purples. There's a row going 3 down that, let me get those on my arm. Okay, so here we have Viola, Amethyst, and this last one is called Livid. So there we go. That's just 3 of the pans in here. So very excited about playing with this. And so may have a full review on that coming. Okay, while we're talking eyeshadow, I had to pick up a couple of items from Victoria Beckham Beauty. So I left this all the way in the box because I wanted you to see the way that items arrive from Victoria Beckham Beauty, because it's definitely in the luxury category, which means that it's about the total experience. And so when you open your package, you can see there, it says Victoria Beckham, and then it had this insert card here, goodbye, that is, I think, a promo for her new fragrance. And then inside, it's wrapped in this tissue paper with this little sticker here. And because that's not enough, you open it up all the way, and there is this bag that feels almost like a heavy linen that contains your products, and so this is something that you can reuse. It's really nice. And then you reach in, and there's tissue paper in the bag as well, and you've got your products. So what I have here, okay, so this is another product that I've had my eye on for such a long time, and I've continued to talk myself out of it. Again, because I have a robust eyeshadow collection and had a feeling that I probably had this shade from another brand, but you know, it's all in the name of research. Excuse me, I need some water. It's my birthday today, and I elected to have margaritas with lunch, which means I'm a little parched right now. But I had a great birthday lunch. So, just in case you haven't seen the packaging of the lid lusters, you can see it is a really nice, luxurious packaging with this sort of tortoiseshell cap, really nice feeling materials, weighted. You open it up, and it has a little sort of stopper in here to protect the product. And then from there, you look inside and you have the actual lid luster itself. So as I said, this is in mink. I have not even swatched this. I put a lot on my finger because I was just enjoying the swirl so much. So let me take my watch off and swatch this for you. It's probably going to swatch pretty dark because I did get in there and really get some. But that is mink. Oh, God. It is so beautiful. And I think that I just wanted to look at, like I said, I didn't use half the pot, I promise, but I did grab quite a bit. And just to show the way that that is sort of shearing out a bit. So I think a lot of people use this as sort of a one and done where you can make it darker towards the lash line and then shear it out as you're getting up into and slightly above the crease. So that is gorgeous. Now, one of the things that I've been curious about is if I already really have this shade, right? So I pulled out 2 palettes to swatch against that. Of course, I've done such a massively large swatch that hopefully we can get a swatch on my arm. The first one that I wanted to try is from another one of my favorite Natasha Denona palettes, and that is the I Need a Nude palette. And there is a shade here called Filigree, which is this shimmery, really rich looking brown. So I'm going to pick some of that up and let's see how similar this is. Pretty similar. You know, this is the kind of thing where we'll probably need to see it on my eyes to really get a sense of how similar this is. Looks like this maybe has some different flecks of silver and maybe even green in there. I'm not sure that that's the same. That's the case with the Natasha Denona shade. So we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I'm sure I will find a way to use them both up because they're both stunning. And now, another thing that I've been wanting to pick up is the Contour Stylus from Victoria Beckham. And let me get some of this eyeshadow off of my hands. Okay, so open this up. And I really bought this for nose contouring, given how small the application tip is. I believe I got this in Travertine. Yes, Travertine, which is the lightest shade. And let me see here. This here, okay. Let's see if I can kind of work that out a bit. In fact, you know what? While we're here, so I have the Contour Stylus, but we can play with something else at the same time. What is in this little pink package? Oh, I know. It's brushes from BK Beauty. Okay, so BK Beauty is having, I believe, a 30% off sale right now. The Instagram gods smiled on me. I happened to catch a post by someone and I cannot remember who it was, and I am terribly sorry about that. I would love to shout out who posted this, but there was actually one day where there was a deal on Good Morning America to get these brushes at 50% off. Yes, 50% off. So let me see, let me open these up. So I have here, this is the 108. I believe that this one is for precision powder. So nice and small to powder, for instance, in this area. And then I also have stuff everywhere once again. I got, let me go with all the standard BK Beauties. Okay, this is the 109. I think this is the one that I was most excited about picking up. So this is really sort of a smaller size precision contour application brush, really meant to sort of fit into this little space here. And then I got this larger brush that I think can also be used for the same type of product, but I may even try it with liquid foundation. It's got that same sort of shape. These are incredibly soft, which I'd heard, but now I have experienced it for myself. So I think I could probably use these all over the face or even for blush. And then finally, I got one of the Nikki LaRose brushes, which has two different sides to it. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So it has this side here, and then this other side, which they have sort of a different feel to them. And I believe that one side is for powder products and the other side is for cream. I'll have to look and see which is which. But while I have these out, okay, let's just try this. Let me see if I can find a mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so as I said, I really bought this contour stylus to use on my nose, but just for giggles. Let's see if I can just apply a little bit here for contouring. Hopefully that isn't too low, but it'll be just fine for today. And let me pick up, so this is again the 109, which is this sort of petite brush for contour. And I kind of work that up in an upward motion. Okay. Me likey. All right. So that is all of the brushes, and I have one thing remaining to show you. And this was purchased using a Black Friday deal, but it was actually a birthday present to me. And I mean, does it get better than that? I got the contour mask from Omnilux. Whoa! So, pulling that out of the plastic there, and open her up. And this is what it looks like when you open the package. And I'll have to get into all of the instructions and such, but I'm really excited to have this to try out. I do also use NuFace, the NuFace device. So what I'm thinking is that maybe I'll use these on alternating days. Also, I think that there's a medication that I have to take on an empty stomach every morning. So my alarm is always set for 30 minutes before I'm actually going to get up and have coffee. So I'm thinking what I'll do when that alarm goes off, I'll take my medication, slip on the device, the Omnilux device, let that do its thing while I'm resting and waiting to get up to get coffee. So I love her. So that is everything that I have picked up so far through Black Friday sales. I'm sure there are more sales to come. I believe that when this video goes up, the deals that I talked about for Natasha Denona with up to 40% off will still be going on. BK Beauty, 30% off. The Omnilux device, I think this person got it for me $60 off. And the Victoria Beckham Beauty, I was able to get that on a deal. There's no deal available on her website right now, but I've heard murmurs on the on Instagram that a 25% off sale is coming. I can't confirm that. So it's definitely worth keeping your eyes open for that. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the goodies today that I picked up. And I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy any Black Friday shopping that you have planned. Take care. Bye.